Hello students, welcome to online session. We were doing rational numbers. So before we move on to the other properties, we will recall whatever we have done in the previous session. So what was that? Closure property, commutativity and associativity. What is closure property? Say for example, under addition, I've taken all these things under addition. So any number a and b which belongs to rational numbers, a plus b also belongs to rational numbers. Okay, so if this holds good, then we can say that closure property holds good under addition, and this we can have in under subtraction, multiplication and division also. We can try it out using these operations. Now coming to commutativity. What is commutativity? Do you remember? It's nothing but if you interchange or if you change the order of the numbers, the answer won't change. Say for example, I've taken a plus b here, and here in this case I've taken b plus a. So I have changed the order. So this is not just for the two numbers children, you can have n numbers. So other numbers also. For example, a plus b plus c. Say I've taken three numbers. Here I can change the order. First I can add c plus b plus a also. This way also I can add. Okay. So this is your commutativity. Now coming to associativity. What is associativity? It is the grouping of numbers. First we have taken two numbers, added, and then added that number to the other number. Here we have done the we have added the other two numbers and then added to the first number. So a plus b plus c is same as a plus b plus c. So this is nothing but your grouping. So this much you have understood, right? And all these operations we have all these properties we have tried it with subtraction, multiplication and division also. So now moving on to the next property. Identity. So what do you mean by identity? Let's see. Okay. Now say for example, take a number 58. I've chosen 58. Now I'm going to add this number to some other number to get the same answer. So how is this possible? Which number if you add to this number you get the same answer? Yes, it is 0. Okay. Now take for example, this is for whole numbers and integers. Okay. Now we will have one example for rational numbers. Say 2 by 3. Now plus. Now which number if you add to this rational number you get the same answer? Again it is 0. So what can we conclude now? 0 is the number which will not change. If it is added to any number, will not change the answer. The answer will be the number itself. So we call this as 0 as the additive identity. Understood? Now coming to multiplicative identity. So which number if you say for example 58 itself. Now we are multiplying with some number to get the same answer. So which number if you multiply by 58, you get the same answer 58. That is 1, right? 58 ones are 58. So 1 is called the multiplicative identity. And this holds good for all the numbers, whole numbers, your integers, rational numbers, for everything. Okay? Except for natural numbers, 0, because 0 doesn't belong to natural numbers. You cannot have additive identity for natural numbers. So now coming to one second. Now coming to inverse. Okay. Consider any number. Say for example 97. If I add some number to this, you should get the answer as 0. So which number is that? It is minus 97. So 97 minus 97 gives you 0. So we can say minus 97 is the inverse of 97. The same way we are considering one rational number. Okay, minus 5 by 7. So which number if you add for this you will get the answer as 0. So it is just 5 by 7. 5 by 7 and minus 5 by 7 gives you 0. So I can say that minus 5 by 7 plus 5 by 7 is the additive inverse. So in this case we have found out additive inverse. Only the sign changes. If you want to find out additive inverse, you just have to change the sign. So if they have given plus sign, you have to just write minus sign, and if they have given minus sign, you just have to write plus sign. The number will remain as it is. So now you understood additive inverse, children. Now coming to multiplicative inverse. Now this is the number which I have taken. For example, 4 into something gives you 1. So which number is that? This is 1 by 4. 4 ones are gives you 1 only. So the multiplicative inverse of 4 is 1 by 4. So you understood here. So what happens? We are taking the reciprocal. Inverse is nothing but a reciprocal. Multiplicative inverse and multiplicative reciprocal is one and the same. So 1 by 4 is the inverse of 4. Multiplicative inverse of 4. And what about 2 by 9? It is 9 by 2. So here if you cancel, the answer you get is 1. So this is 9 by 2 is the multiplicative inverse of 2 by 9. Now you may ask, what about negative sign? If you have a negative sign, what do we do? Say for example, you have negative sign here. Here also it will be there. So what is the multiplicative inverse of minus 2 by 9? It is minus 9 by 2. Okay, sign you should not change in multiplication, whereas for addition, additive inverse, you have to change the signs, whereas over here you have to interchange the denominator and numerator. Okay, so the numerator became denominator here and denominator became numerator here. So this is how we have to find out the multiplicative inverse and additive inverse. So in this property, distributivity, we have multiplication over addition. So we are multiplying and adding also. So let's see what it is. I've taken 3 numbers A, B and C. So A, B plus C I'm adding and multiplying that with A. So this can be written as A into B plus sign and A into C, that is AB plus AC. So this is your distributive property. Now let's take one example and find out whether this property holds good under rational number or not. Okay. Now I have taken 2 by 3 minus 5 by 6 and minus 3 by 4. Now so in place of A you have 2 by 3. In place of B you have minus 5 by 6. In place of C you have minus 3 by 4. So in this equation I am going to write down as it is. So I have written 2 by 3 into minus 5 by 6 plus minus 3 by 4. So I am keeping this 2 by 3 as it is here, and now I am going to add these two fractions. So you remember children, how do we add? By taking LCM. LCM of 6 and 4 is 12. How do we take LCM? I will just show you once. If you have forgotten, 6 and 4. So this is how we take LCM. You have to go on dividing this until you get 1 at the end. So how many times it goes? 2 3s are, and this is 2 2s are. Again 3 1s are. 2 as it is you keep it because it doesn't go in 3 times table. Then 2 1s are. Now you have to multiply these things. 2 into 3 into 2 gives you 12. So 12 is the LCM. So I have taken 12. Next, how did I get this minus 10? You remember? So how many times the 6 goes in 12? 2 times. So I have to multiply the numerator by 2. So 5 2s are 10 minus 10 as it is. The same way, how many times 12 goes in 4 goes in 12 times table? 3. So 3 I have to multiply to the numerator. So 3 3s are 9 minus 10 as it is. So now I am going to add these two. So minus 10 minus 9 gives you minus 19, and 12 as it is, and these 2 by 3 as it is I've written. This much you have understood. Now I'm going to simplify this. 2 ones are 2. How many times it goes? 6 times. So my answer is 1 into minus 19 is minus 19. 3 into 6 is 18. So this is the answer I got for this LHS, that is left hand side of the equation. Now we will consider this one, that is RHS. Okay. So we are going to multiply A and B. Here A is 2 by 3. So I have taken 2 by 3. B is what? Minus 5 by 6. After multiplication I got the answer minus 10 by 18. Now I am going to do A and C. A into C. So 2 by 3 into minus 3 by 4 gives you minus 3 by 6. So now we are going to add these two, because here AB plus AC is given. See, can you see? So we are going to add these two now. Minus 10 by 18 plus minus 3 by 6. Again you have to take the LCM the same way. The LCM will be 18 itself. So 18, how many times it goes? 1 time. So multiply this numerator by 1. It gives the same answer, minus 10. And then here 6 goes 3 times in 8. 3 times. So you have to multiply this numerator into 3. So 3 3s are 9, minus 9 as it is. So minus 10 minus 9 gives you minus 19. Remember the signs are same, so you have to add and keep the sign. And then 18 as it is. So this and this are matching. Here also you got 9 minus 19 by 18. Here also you got minus 19 by 18. So this property holds good for rational numbers. So you have understood this much, children? So we will continue in the next session now. Okay, thank you.